Hey guys, Miss Elkins again. I'm here to help you with your homework, your weekly math homework number 25. So we'll start with Monday's questions 1 through 5. Hope everybody's doing good. The first question is on Monday. Fill in the blank. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. The question is 5.5 pounds equals how many ounces? So in order to find that, we'll use this conversion right here. If 1 pound equals 16 ounces, then we can multiply 5 5/10 pounds times 16 to find the answer. All right? So 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 5 is, well, surprisingly, still 30. And 30 plus 3 is 33. Don't forget your 0 placeholder there on the bottom. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 5 is still 5. Add those all up. You get 0. You get 8. You get 8. Don't forget there's 1 decimal place in your problem, so 1 decimal place in your answer. 5.5 pounds equals 88 ounces. You do not have to put the label in your form when you submit it. Okay, moving on to number 2. What is the value of 7x squared minus 10 when x equals 6? I want to substitute 6 for the x, so it's 7 times 6 squared minus 10. You do PEMDAS, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. We have an exponent, so we'll simplify that first. So 7 times 6 times 6 is 36. Minus 10. We do multiplication before we do subtraction. 7 times 36. I don't know my 36s, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to multiply 36 times 7. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 3 is 21, and 21 plus 4 is 25. So this is 252. Don't forget to subtract that 10. Minus 10, your answer here, 242. All right, moving on to number 3. List 3 values that would make this inequality true. There's an infinite number of numbers that will make any inequality true, so your answers might be different from mine. Don't worry, I'll check those when I check your form. But first, before we can tell you the 3 values, we've got to simplify this inequality, or solve it if we will. Since it's just like an equation, you do the opposite operation to solve it. The opposite of subtracting 30 from each side would be to add 30. So my solution, y is less than 43 plus 30, which would be 73. Any number less than 73 is a solution to this. I'm going to write 72, 71, and 70 as my solutions, but you know there's a lot of other numbers that are less than 73. It's not or equal to, guys. There's no bar underneath that symbol. All right, number 4, write an equation for the table. Whatever is happening to x to create y will be your equation. Always start your equation with y equals. And I look at this 5, from 5 as my x, I'm going to 20 as my y. From 6 as my x, I'm going to 24 as my y. Are you starting to see a pattern? I see the pattern. It looks like we're multiplying each x times 4. And we write that in the equation as y equals 4x. Please stop writing x4, people. It's not how we do things. Okay, so there's your equation, y equals 4 times x. Number 5 is a trapezoid question. Hopefully you've already watched the trapezoid video about this, and you know that this is the formula for the area of a trapezoid. A equals, sorry, I left out that equal sign, 1/2 times b1 plus b2 times h. b1 would be your top or your bottom base. B2 would be the other base. It's the two things that are parallel to each other. not the slanted sides. And of course the height would be the difference, or the distance, I'm sorry, between those two bases. So we plug those into this formula and we solve it using PEMDAS. So it's 1/2 B1, which is 8 3/4, plus B2, which is 5 1/4. Notice it's fractions, but I made the fractions easy, times the height, which is 5. So here we go. I'm going to add 8 3/4 plus 5 1/4. I know that 8 plus 5 is 13, and then 1/4 plus 3/4 is 1. So 8 3/4 plus 5 1/4 would be 14. And then I simplify that even further. I multiply half times 14. Well, half of 14 is 7. And then multiply 7 times 5, which is 35. The area of this trapezoid is 35 centimeters squared. You don't have to write the label on the form. You can just type in 35. That'll be fine. All right, so there's 1 through 5 for you guys. I hope you got this. I hope you have a great rest of your day. By the way, what do you call the pig that knows karate? Peace out, guys.